Okay, guys, welcome back. So, how do we start making sure that we are going to be able to provide this excellent level of service that we want to provide via these new platforms? Well, if you know me and you've been in my workshops before, you know that I'm a firm believer that we need to be taking care of ourselves first. Okay, so let's go ahead and just dive right into that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. So, how do we prepare? Well, it really does begin with us. We need to be in a good place in order to be prepared for whatever we project onto our students and their families. All right. So, are we taking care of ourselves? So, the first thing that you see there is stick to a routine. Now, by the time you're watching this, maybe you've already established something and you're nodding your head and you're saying, yeah, this was very important. And it took me a little bit to kind of figure out what my routine was, but I got it. Maybe some others of you are still kind of struggling. It's not working remotely is something that is very. A lot of people have this idea that it's great, but then a lot of people are surprised that it doesn't really work for them. Some people really do function better going to an office. So if that's your situation, then one of the first things you could do is make sure that you're developing and sticking to a routine that helps you differentiate the difference between your work life and your personal life at home. And it'll help you get in a groove and it'll really lead to productivity, which leads to positive emotions. So, um, you want to dress for the social life and work life you want, not the one you currently have. Okay, so that's another one. It's tremendous. A lot of people at the beginning of the quarantine were making jokes about staying in their pajamas and stuff like that, and I love that humor, and I know it's true, but I think a lot of people found that for like some of the women wearing high heels even in the house helped them feel better. Gentlemen that started wearing suits, in their own homes, in their own home offices, made them feel like they were just going to be more productive, and it just overall enhances our mood. Getting outside at least once a day for at least 30 minutes, super important. Okay, especially in the middle of your day when you take a break. All right, don't just stay in the same place. Go outside, take a deep breath. Okay, go for a walk. If you could, even the next bullet point there, exercise. Maybe you can exercise and you can kill two birds with one stone there, right? You can get outside, be outside for 30 minutes, enjoy the outdoors, change of environment, and get exercise in at the same time. Take advantage of those endorphins. All right, it's going to make you feel good. It's going to change the way you frame your day. Okay. Reach out to others. This is a great time to reach out to family members and friends that you haven't spoken to in a while, and really that also enhances our mood. That also makes us feel like we are not just sitting here in this quarantine doing nothing, but that we're actually going and reaching out and trying to kind of spark up that part of our life, right? You want to eat well and you want to drink your water. All right, make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure now more than ever that you're getting your fruits and vegetables in, that you're eating a balanced meals, and just that also really affects our energy level. And we need that energy because if we're home all the time, it's very natural for our energy level to diminish. So what you put in your body is actually very important and has a direct effect on how you feel while you're working at home. Meditation is key. I always say if you have 24 hours to worry about stuff that probably won't come true, then you have 3 to 5 minutes to meditate. It's a game changer. It's awesome. It helps reset, which is something we might need during this time or while you're working remotely. Give people the benefit of the doubt. You're going to run into students who are frustrated. Like I said earlier, we're going through this collectively for the first time. And you can understand why they would be frustrated. Maybe you yourselves have gone through something with a company, or, maybe it was your internet company, for example, and it took them a while to get back to you because they have less staffing because of COVID-19. And maybe that caused some level of frustration, right? And maybe these students are going through the same thing, or they're having like these similar feelings, or maybe just their anxiety and stress related to everything that's going on. we want to just say, okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. If they're being passive aggressive, if they're being, not so nice about things, let's kind of, let them have that and do our best to help them out. Find your relaxation spot. I cannot stress this enough, especially those of you who have a significant other or roommates that are also working from home. And on top of that, those of you who have children who are doing their schoolwork from home now. Okay, I would say that each person in the household should claim a spot that they say, hey, I'm going to my relaxation spot. I'm going to go maybe meditate, right? In that previous bullet point there, and people in the household will know that you're not to be disturbed during that time. You can read a book, you can, like I said, you can meditate, you can just sit there and just think or journal, but there's got to be a spot where you can go to within the household during this quarantine where you can, kind of just be away from everything. Okay. Practicing self-acceptance. Well, and what I mean by this is, let's not be too punishing on ourselves. We're all adapting, we're all adjusting. You're not always going to get things right the first time around. It takes, a lot of different, it's trial and error basically at this point. When the quarantine is over and we still have to practice social distancing, and we still have to balance working remotely or going to the office, and how we behave under these new terms, whatever the new normal will be, we're not going to be perfect. And I think that being easy on ourselves is extremely important. Try to limit your intake of social media news and regular news. Okay. Remember that if we read the same thing throughout the day, not much is going to change. You get your information in once for the day and you move on. Okay. Also, it's tempting to increase your social media use and being on the screens, because, technically we don't have anybody watching over us, and it might be tempting, but remember, it's not productive. It's not productive. And we want to be productive, because the feelings that come along with being productive are going to help you be more present and apply more meaning to the situations you handle with the students. This is a great time to help others. This is another way to kind of enhance our mood as well. So it's kind of counterintuitive, because, the whole point is to help others, but yet there's this thing of, hey, I'm also helping out myself. You know what? That's okay. Okay, because you're still helping out others, going and donating to a charity, or, donating food or whatever it may be. It's also going to help you say, hey, I am contributing to all the changes that are going on. Much after the quarantine is over, there's going to be a lot of families struggling. Some of those families might be your students and your students' families, and doing our part to contribute from a place where, we still have our jobs, we still have our livelihood, and we can go and reach out. That's going to help us feel better. Finding sources of humor every day. And yes, I just said limit your social media intake, but when you are on social media, try and find things that make you laugh, or maybe just drop the phone completely and watch a stand-up comedy show or a funny movie, something familiar where you kind of already know what happens in the movie and you find some comfort in that. Okay. But definitely something where you can laugh. I think laughing is super important. I think it really just creates a lot of different emotions that linger for a while after, and it'll put you in a better position when it's time to handle these situations with students. Reach out for help. Extremely important, because we're all going to need help. We're all going to need help at work. We're all, going to have to say, hey, I really don't understand what we're doing with these situations, or I'm not sure what to tell this student if they come at me with that situation. Now's the time more than ever, just like how we are going to be understanding with our students, your coworkers and your supervisors are probably going to be understanding with you and saying, yeah, everyone is, once again, and I'm being repetitive on purpose, we're all going through this for the first time collectively. Okay, so everybody's kind of under this, there's this underlying understanding that we're all kind of in this together and learning as we go. Break your activities into doable chunks. Now, a lot of you have been in my time management workshop, and it's no secret, nothing earth shattering here, that the key way to avoid procrastination is to break things up in doable chunks. And the same thing applies here when it comes time to working from home. Okay, if you know that you can't sit still in your own house for 2 hours because you know you're going to be interrupted either by your family or a roommate or your significant other, then break things up where you can follow through with tasks, but do it in a way that, okay, I can work efficiently for half an hour, or I can work efficiently for 45 minutes. And then maybe I'll move on to the next thing. But something where you're not so hard on yourself if you didn't like finish a task right there and then, unless you're on a deadline. That's a different story. And remember, this is temporary. Now, let me be clear on this. The fact that we are 100% remote is temporary. I don't think the working from home or the social distancing is going to ease up for a while. So maybe that's not so temporary, but at least at the extreme at which we're practicing social distancing and the whole quarantine is temporary. Perhaps even by the time you're watching this video, things have eased up already. Okay, so remember that this is temporary. All right. Okay, guys, that's it for now. And I'll be back shortly to see how we go applying these skills.